Hi Gemini, welcome to June. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And this month we have a full moon in Sagittarius on the 3rd. On June 6th, Venus moves into Leo. On June 11th, Mercury, your ruling planet, moves into Gemini where it's really strong, your sign. Then later on it will move into Cancer at the end of the month. June 17th, Saturn moves retrograde. June 18th, we have a new moon in your sign, in your first house. June 30th, Neptune goes retrograde, and we'll talk about those things later. Let's see what the cards say about Gemini. What does Gemini need to know about love and relationships for the month of June? What is coming up for Gemini? What does Gemini need to know about love and relationships for the month of June 2023? And anything else that might be important? Okay, let's see what we get. The Queen of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Devil, the Page of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the Magician, and the Justice card. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Pentacles. So you have some career stuff and love. So the Queen of Cups, this could be your energy, but it could also be someone that you're dealing with. Someone who's very sensitive, very compassionate, very artistic, creative. I feel like you're getting an offer, a romantic proposal this month. The Knight of Cups is a very romantic person. So you could be dealing with a water sign, some of you. Possibly air. I'm seeing some air here. But really it could be any sign. So if you're dealing with someone romantically this month, they're going to be very sensitive, very creative, possibly shy, a little shy. This energy, the Cups energy, they're very sensitive. They're afraid to express their feelings until they get to know you better, until they feel safe. So you could be dealing with someone like that. But I see the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Cups. There's a new beginning in love. If it's not love, it's a creative project. But I feel like someone's going to reach out to you this month and offer you, and it could be with the Devil here, strong physical attraction, a lot of chemistry. So you want to be careful, because sometimes with the devil energy can mean that you're obsessed with each other. And once you get so, it's such an intense involvement that it's hard to break free from. And as a Gemini, you may be afraid of being overwhelmed by this person's emotion. Maybe they make you feel, I don't know, like they're trying to take over your life or some way or something. Because like Gemini, the air signs have a lighter approach to love than the water signs. The water signs are more intense. They want to merge with you. And you may find that this person's too overwhelming. You have the Ace of Pentacles in the past and the Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. So I feel like you've been really focusing on your career. You could have recently changed jobs or gotten some kind of promotion. You're taking a new direction in your career path. And you're doing very well. The Six of Wands is a victory card. There may be some people who are jealous of your success, but don't worry about it. You're being, you're the star this month. Not only just this month. I feel like you've been the star since last year. You have the Two of Pentacles coming up in the future, so you're juggling a lot. There's a lot going on. Probably you're focused on work. So this love, you may have to find, a balance between work and life. Balance. Because I feel like everything's hitting at once. So you've got this career thing going, and now there's an opportunity for new love. I think in about 2 months, things are going to really start to take off. But you have the Ace of Cups here in your environment. And the Ace of Cups is about, it's like definitely a new seed, a new beginning, a new cycle coming in terms of love, something emotional, something that... So I feel like someone around you is wanting to approach you. If you're not in a relationship already, there could be someone who offers you some type of romantic, proposition. Like, let's get out, let's get together. If you're in a relationship, it could be a new beginning within that relationship. Maybe a new start. Maybe if things have been difficult, you're taking a new approach. But this person wants a new beginning. You have the Page of Swords here. So this is a card of looking carefully beneath the surface. It's in your negative thinking sector. So maybe you're not trusting this love until you're really checking it out carefully, especially if it's a new relationship. You're like, I don't know if I trust this. I want to know more. I want to hear more. I want to see more before you commit yourself. You're being very cautious or a little bit cynical. The Page of Swords can also mean spying or gossip. So maybe you're checking someone out or someone else is checking you out. You may hear news or gossip about the situation. Don't listen to any gossip. If you have an issue with someone, talk to them directly. If someone comes to you and says, oh, I heard so-and-so, blah, 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 check it out before you believe it. Because with the Page of Swords, you don't know what's real until you hear it from the horse's mouth. Especially if there's any jealousy around you. You may be hearing things from people who are jealous and they may not necessarily be true. The other thing the Page of Swords can represent is having to have a difficult conversation with someone. And this is more for someone who's already in a relationship. Like with the Devil energy, there could be a little bit, some toxic things about the relationship. Maybe you're dealing with someone who has a drinking or drug problem. Or maybe you're dealing with someone who's a little bit too much and you have to set some boundaries. Maybe they want to be with you all the time and they want to control you and you want more freedom. So the Page is sometimes it can sometimes mean a challenging situation where you need to have a difficult conversation with someone. So don't be afraid of that because you have the gift of gab. Gemini is the communicator. So if you have to talk about something to someone, now's the time to do it. Especially when I get into the astrology, you'll see. You have the Magician here in your wish fulfillment sector. The Magician, it's really basically your card. The way you're going to get what you want is through your conjuring up an idea in your head. Like you have to visualize what you want. You have to know what you want before you can get it. And it's about manifestation. It's about seeing yourself successful, seeing yourself with that perfect partner, seeing yourself, your relationship improving if that's the situation, and using your thoughts and your words to manifest that, to bring that into reality. Because words are words and our thoughts are very powerful right now. They're manifesting at a quicker rate than they have in the past. We can dream and think our way into our world into being. So you have to choose your thoughts carefully. Don't fall into a negative mindset or a scarcity mindset or a, complaining, not happy with anything kind of thinking, or nothing ever good ever happens to me. All those gremlins, all the negative self-talk that we sometimes get. We need to stop that because if you want to achieve what you're looking for in love, in relationships, even in life for that matter, you have to control your thoughts. You have to make sure you're always focusing on positive solutions. That doesn't mean to be a Pollyanna and say, like, there's nothing negative happening, but you're not focusing on the negative. You're aware of it. You're aware of the issues, but you're focusing on how can I make this better? How can I make this improve? how can, seeing yourself in a better situation, seeing yourself gradually improving the situation, seeing yourself manifesting your dreams, what you want. So, and you can do it. You have that ability. The Magician is a very powerful card. It's a way of, because if you keep focusing on the negative, you're just going to attract more negativity. If you focus on what you want to happen in the positive, the universe responds like a magnet. Whatever state you're in, you're going to get more of that energy. So you want to be in the best state, the positive state. And then you have justice. Justice is the final outcome. So that also is, especially if you're in some type of legal situation, justice means a fair outcome, that justice will be served. So if you've been betrayed by someone, or if someone's not treated you fairly in the past, or even in a relationship, justice can represent harmony and, a karmic reward. I feel that it can represent a decision that goes in your favor. So that could be like, maybe you're interested in someone and you're not sure if they're interested too, and you find out it possibly could be this month or maybe next month, because I'm seeing a 1 or 2 month time frame. So June, July. If you're not in a relationship, you could very well begin one. And if you are in a relationship and you're having problems, you could come to some type of an agreement or fair conclusion to the issues, where you solve the issues. And especially if there's a legal situation, that legal situation could be resolved over the summer and in your favor, because the Justice card is justice will be done. What it's telling you also is, don't worry about the other people. Like if someone's doing you wrong, especially in a work situation, karma is very active right now with the Justice card. So they'll get theirs. You don't have to retaliate. Just do your best in your work, in your relationships, and the universe will take care of the negative people. They'll get theirs, because karma, people are getting what they deserve right now. Like karma is just really active. So I think that love is on this month. Let's see what the angels have to say. Especially because you're going to have not only a full moon in your relationship sector, but then you're going to have a new moon. So new beginnings this month and possibly next month that are going to bring love and joy to your life. Okay, let's see what the angels want you to know. What does Gemini need to know about healing? Okay. Listen to your heart. Love is the greatest healer. It has the capacity to balance and heal your emotions, thoughts, and perceptions, which in turn will heal you physically. Your angels are here with you and will help dissolve your fears. Trust in the power of love to guide you, and your life will magically transform. This card is confirmation that healing is occurring right now. But I feel very positive that there is love. There is a new beginning in love, or a brand new love coming your way this summer. So let's see what the astrology has to say. So you have a full moon in Sagittarius in your 7th house of partnerships, committed partnerships. So the moon is in Sag in your 7th. The sun is in your 1st house. The only issue is it's trining Saturn in the 7th. So you've been working, I think you've been focusing a lot on work. It's just like, so the astrology is following the cards. This is perfect. Saturn in the 10th. When Saturn's in your 10th house, this is a time of reward for all the efforts, all your hard work. It's your public house. It's your career direction, your life direction. So you probably are experiencing career success and more responsibility and more work. So you're focused so much on career, it's kind of been a challenge to appreciate a relationship or to deal with a relationship. But something is completing at this time. And the 7th house is not just marriage or committed partnerships, it's also business relationships. So something is being revealed at this time. The truth will come out. someone has been lying to you or someone was hiding something from you. The truth usually comes out at a full moon. It shines a light on things that were hidden, and especially in Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is the truth, is about speaking your truth. So if you're having a problem with a partner, they may come and talk to you about it. Like, hey, this is how I feel, blah, blah, blah. It's a good time to really talk about issues around a relationship, whether it's business or personal, and try to resolve it. Saturn, there could be an authority figure that you're having a challenge with Saturn squaring this moon. Neptune is also in your 10th house. If you're not doing anything, you could be working in a creative field, or you could be working in a field where you're helping others, like social work or social services. But Neptune can also represent confusion, delusion, deception. So you have to be careful and look realistically at everything that you hear at this time. Really look beneath the surface. Don't just take things at face value. Mars, now the positive thing is Mars is trining. The moon is trining Mars in your 3rd house. And Mars in the 3rd, you're ready to communicate. I mean, the 3rd house has to do with, it's a communication sector. But it also has to do with relatives, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles. You might be dealing with them more, doing a lot more. It could be more activity in your local environment, because the 3rd house represents communication, thinking, but also your local area, as opposed to the 9th house, which would be long distance travel. But when Mars is in the 3rd house, your communication style may come across a little bit too argumentative. So you want to be careful. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So you may feel really passionate about what you need to say, and you may come on too strong with your communication style. So just be careful of that. And, just tame your words down. Because you might be ready to fight for what you believe in. You're ready to fight with Mars. Mars represents energy, ambition, aggression, anger, sexuality. It's our energy, so wherever Mars is, that's what it's activating, that area in your life. So communication is going to be very important this month. Venus is in your 2nd house in Cancer. She's going to be moving out of Cancer into Gemini. But for now, not Gemini, into Leo. For now, though, she's in your 2nd house, bringing money in. When Venus is in the 2nd house, money's flowing. So if you've had any financial issues, Venus has been helping you over the past couple of weeks to get on top of that. The moon is trine Chiron, which is the wounded healer, in your 11th house. So you do have some healing to do with relationships, the groups that you belong to, friendships. And this moon can help you establish a greater harmony in your friendships. So if you've had a falling out with a friend, or you've had difficulties with a friend or a group, this can help you work things out so that there's a better rapport between you. Mercury is going to be conjunct Uranus. It's moving toward a conjunction with Uranus this month, right after this full moon. And it's in your 12th house. So you have Uranus in the 12th with Jupiter. You have a lot of planets in the 12th house. Jupiter, Uranus, Mercury. So the 12th has to do with hospitals, prisons, areas of confinement. You could be dealing, maybe if you have a parent that needs to get, some type of care, nursing home care, you could be dealing with something like that. But it's also the house of hidden enemies. So somebody, maybe you were surprised to learn that someone was working against you. Some news could come out, secrets could be revealed with 12th house issues. But also it's about psychological blocks, the way we sabotage ourselves. So this is a good time to deal with those issues. Like you may have something going on with you that everyone else can see but you. And we all have our blind spots. So when Mercury and Uranus come together, and now you have Jupiter there, it's a way of, and the North Node, it's really a time to release old baggage and to think of things in new ways. What do I need to be secure? The Taurus is about security, survival. and coming up with new ideas, because Mercury and Uranus together is very innovative, very cutting edge ideas. So you may have unique solutions to deal with an issue that's been plaguing you, that's been bothering you, whether it has to do with dealing with someone who's in the hospital, dealing with someone who's you're having a difficult issue at work, dealing with your own psychological issues, learning how to release anything that's been interfering with your success or holding you back. Fears, blockages, spirit. The 12th house is also spirituality. You may be exploring new types of spirituality. Venus will be in Cancer in your second house, opposing Pluto in the 8th house. Actually, no, it's going to... Well, Pluto's in the 9th house now, but Pluto's going to be moving back into Capricorn, and then it will be in your 8th house. So you may have some power struggles over money that comes from other sources like government, insurance, inheritance, other people's money, not like a partner's income. There could be major changes going on with that, with some type of funding source. And you may just be dealing with powerful officials, people who hold the purse strings, might be giving you a hard time during this period. Mars is in your 3rd house. It's squaring Jupiter in the 12th. So I feel that, and Jupiter, it's really a good time to go over any kind of psychological issues and help you deal with any challenges. Especially in your way or style of communication. If you're coming on too strong or you're being too harsh, I think it's a good time to get into that. Why am I doing that? Why do I feel insecure? Do I feel like I'm not being heard or I'm not being understood? That I have to go over the top with my communication style? Do I feel like I'm always fighting with everybody? I mean, there could be some anger issues around your communication style. And maybe there's some psychological component that you need to look at. But for the most part, I think this full moon is going to be positive because you're going to finally see what you need to do and how to get around it, and I think communication is going to be important. So there could be some healing around a relationship. If you're not afraid to communicate, and if you handle that communication in a gentle way, like don't go over the top with it, don't have a big blowout, but just sit down and talk calmly with the people you're having problems with, I think you could come to some type of fair solution or resolution. And then we have the new moon in Gemini in your sign. And that's happening in your 1st house. So you may, after you see what needs to happen, maybe you change your behavior, you have a different way of thinking of things, you change your communication style if necessary, or even just to speak up if you haven't been speaking up. I feel like now you have this opportunity for a new, because the 1st house is the way you are seen in the world. So you have a new beginning in your appearance. You may decide to change up your look, or you're just having a new beginning in how you approach things, how you want to be seen in the world. And this moon is squaring Neptune in your 10th house. So you may have some... If you're doing anything that has to do with art or creativity, it's excellent because you're going to have all these inspired ideas. But you want to make sure you have a grip on reality if it's anything but art or creativity, because Neptune can bring confusion. Like, I'm not sure what I want in my career. I'm not sure if I'm approaching things in the right way. I'm not sure if I can trust people around me. Those are some of the issues that may come up. This moon is also in conjunct Pluto in your 8th house, so there could be some difficulties around money, financial support that you're getting from others. But the positive thing is the moon is sextile the North Node in Taurus, and that's in your 12th house. So maybe it's time to take a break and really think about where you want to go. What am I doing with my life? What do I need to finish up and complete? What do I need to release? Because the 12th house is about completing a cycle and releasing something, so that I can have a clear, this new beginning can be a clean slate for me. Maybe there's some things, some baggage you need to release, or some hidden things that have to be revealed. Mercury at this point has moved into your sign. So when Mercury moves into your sign, it's going to be a lot better, because you're going to feel, you're going to be more talkative, first of all. It's going to be sextile Venus and Mars in Leo in your third house. So there could be some type of romance. If you're not in a relationship, one could come about through your local environment, like running around the neighborhood. You could run into someone and have a relationship. Venus and Mars, and in an existing relationship, it will bring greater harmony. Because you're ready to talk, you're ready to communicate, and you're ready to share ideas with someone. You're still going to have the work issues, though. You're going to be really busy. Because Saturn, as long as Saturn is in your 10th house, you're going to be busy with responsibilities and work. So that's the only challenge. How do I balance work with play? How do I enjoy life while I'm still being serious on the job and taking care of all my responsibilities? Because you're going to feel like I'm really busy and I'm working hard to reach a certain goal, and that's the challenge. And there could be also, because of the square, maybe a challenge with an authority figure that you have to work out. Mars in your third house is squaring Uranus in the 12th. That could be a little bit of a volatile combination. Just someone may push your buttons. Just try not to react. Try to count to 10 before you respond. They may hit a sore spot, and you may want to react in anger. Try not to do that. Now, Mars is also trining Chiron. So there is an opportunity for healing, and Chiron's in the wounded healer in your 11th house. So you may be able to heal a friendship or a relationship through communication, through talking about, what you need. But try not to, there could be also something that pushes your buttons, so don't overreact and, blow up, and then you ruin the chances. Like, if you just choose your words carefully. Because once you say something, it's out, it's done. You can't take back what you say. You can't take back your reaction. So I'm telling you in advance, if someone pushes your buttons and you want to scream and rip their head off, count to 10 first before you respond. And maybe even say, I can't talk about this now. I'm too emotional. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Or I'll talk to you later when I calm down. Or don't hit that email. You know how we tend to react, and you send this angry email out. Just don't do it. Just because this is very volatile. Uranus and Mars together is like an explosion. It's like adding fire to gasoline, So there could be a blow up within a friendship, or because someone is pushing your psychological button, because Uranus is in the 12th house. So you don't even know where your psychological buttons are, but someone may know and push that. They may say something that causes you to react around that time. And also you want to be careful. Don't do anything hasty in anger. Because that's when we usually, trip and fall, or we'll cut ourselves. It can bring minor accidents if you're not thinking and you're acting in anger or spontaneously, like, I'm pissed off and I get in my car and I just fly down the road, and you're not paying attention. Just don't do that. Learn how to talk calmly, control your emotions. Now, the good thing is Jupiter is sextile Saturn. So someone is working behind the scenes to help you in your career. Jupiter is in your 12th house. That's like your guardian angel. So no matter what problems, like, you may have hidden enemies, or you may have people that are jealous of you and working against you, but Jupiter is supporting you. And Jupiter is going to make sure that you get what you deserve in terms of career. No one is going to be able to hurt you. It's just not going to work with Jupiter there, because Jupiter is giving you that protection. And plus the North Node is there. But you may have some issues that need to be worked out. And it would be a good time to talk to a counselor about certain insecurities you might have, or any difficulties you might have in a relationship. So that's my forecast. I think that love looks good this month. Love is on, and healing in relationships is on. So don't be afraid to speak up and talk about how you feel. Try to leave room for fun. It can't be all work and no play, even though you have a lot of responsibilities at work. Try to have some fun. Make room for love, because it's on. So that's my forecast, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, leave a comment. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box, and it will take you to my website, and we can get you on the schedule. And if you're having a birthday this month, happy birthday. So have a wonderful June, and I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.